referring business to other people or just telling their clients, I'm sorry, I can't handle that for you. And we realized that they were losing business and potentially losing clients because they were letting them go elsewhere. So about 2.5 to 3 years ago, we started formulating a formal plan which we named Orion, where agents can use our services to solve all their clients' needs. And basically what this does, it takes an agency that may be doing 1 or 2 lines of business, and it expands their business. So now that they have other outlets for different products that maybe they're not experts in, but they know that URL will provide the expert experience they need and be their partner for helping their clients.
Yeah, and just elaborating on that a little bit specifically to Medicare, we were also asked for a very long time by Medicare agents that had big blocks of med sup business to take over the prescription drug portion, either because they didn't want to continue to service it or they wanted to grow their med sup business and they didn't have the time. So we've been having agents use it that way a lot. Also, if their client is moving out of state and they're not licensed in that state. So it's been a really big help. And in talking to the Medicare agents, I know they're using it a lot to expand their business to life insurance.
Yeah, sure, Christy. So we see a lot of agents from the Medicare side of the table utilizing the services for life insurance. So it's pretty cool to have our Medicare partners come over and say, my client needs some life insurance help. Can you help at URL? Yeah, we can help. So we talk to the client and help them with those services, and it's a win-win for our Medicare agent. It's a win for the client, and it's a win for us. So it's a great opportunity.
Absolutely.
Okay, I know one of the questions that kind of comes up from time to time on the who side of things is agents sometimes think they may have to be a Gemini agent to refer business to us, and that's clearly not the case. Anybody that it can be on and off as you want to do it, as
Absolutely.
you come into the opportunities.
Can be case by case. Quite frankly, our biggest source of Orion referrals comes from property and casualty agencies that work in the commercial markets. You definitely don't have to be a Gemini partner. And again, it's case by case basis. It's not all or nothing.
And I think you guys touched on this a little bit, but why else would an agent want to use the Orion program instead of writing the business themselves?
Well, what I see, Jim, is a lot of agents who do annuity business, they're a little older and they're starting to transition out of the business. And the way our industry is now, there is so much compliance that you need to be aware of, so much testing. You need annuity testing, you need anti-money laundering testing. And rather than do all that, they'd rather refer the business to us than take all the testing, do all the time, and be an expert for 1 or 2 cases a month or a year.
I think the Medicare agents can attest with all of that as well.
Yeah.
I use test, no pun there. But time is money. I mean, our main job is to keep the agent efficient, keep them growing their book of business. One of the beautiful things about working with URL is that you have all these lines of business. So if you want to learn them and cross-sell, absolutely, we promote that. We want you to be the expert in every line of business that you can. But we also understand that some people don't have the time to be an expert in every line. So let us be the specialist, take care of your client when you can't.
And Christy, I think that's a great point. And Joe, it's time is something that we see on the life side is where we're getting a lot of these Orion referrals because, they're so inundated with their training and then Medicare season or group renewal season, Deb, that they just don't have the time to service that life insurance side. So they'll say, can you help? And it might be a seasonal thing. It might just only be that time of year where I need the extra help. I need to get my clients life insurance coverage for their family, life insurance coverage for their business, and that's where we can help, especially time management. Time is money, like you said.
Well, and your agent partners as well as yours, Joe, work with business owners when they're writing life or the
Sure.
BOE and annuities. Typically, many of them are business owners. So your annuity producers and life producers may not have the expertise in the group health market. That's where our Orion program comes in. Or for an agent that specializes in the small group market that has a larger group opportunity and all the compliance that goes along with that might be daunting to them. And again, we can pick that up and help them with that.
And Deb, we'll see that from the group agents is sometimes they might be out of their depth where they're experts in all of the group health insurance, group benefits, but when it comes to the personal life insurance side, they may want an extra level of support for buy-sell agreements for key person and executive bonus, and that's where we can come in and help on those cases.
Right.
Yeah.
So we talked about a little bit the the Orion referral opportunities and what they should look for. So anybody want to add any more onto that? So the type of opportunities they should look for, along with what part of the process the agent's responsible for in referring someone to us.
I can take that.
Sure.
Group health agents, they can, if they're not certified and specializing in the Medicare markets, they can look for those folks within the group that are turning 65. And again, in the annuity producers, looking for the business owners or life opportunities within the group products.
The goal is just to not turn away your client.
Exactly.
We want to make sure that you're being a yes man, taking every opportunity.
It's a pretty simple process. If an agent comes across a prospect that he can't feel comfortable in helping, he can just say something like, well, we do a lot of that, but really my partners cover that. That's their expertise. So if you don't mind, I will have them give you a call. And when the client agrees, the agent just tells us who to call, what a little brief synopsis of the situation, and we pick up the phone and call. We do everything from fact-finding to sitting with the client and talking about options that they have. And if they want to proceed, we'll write the application, we'll do all the paperwork, we'll do all the follow-up, and right through to the case gets paid, and then we pay a referral fee if you're a licensed agent. And we keep the agent abreast of what's going on throughout the entire process, more for a informational type purpose.
And more importantly, we keep our agent partner front and center in that meeting so that
Right.
that relationship is still
Yeah.
cultivated. That's
Right.
very important.
They can
for
be as involved as they
everyone to
want.
know.
We have some that attend the meetings and
Yeah.
some that would rather not. And I think that's a good time to bring up that it's a good training tool. Since we're allowing you to be a part of the meeting, if you want to transition, start Orion,
Sure.
like Steve said, it's not all or nothing, and then learn through the process and then take over.
And not about turning away business, right? I mean, you don't want to send your client down the road to a potential competitor who might take away some of your primary lines of business. So having that partnership with URL and our Orion referral program is a great way to get extra lines of coverage on your clients. And like we always say, like our casualty agents who work with us, our property and casualty agents know when you have home, auto, life, and other lines, it's you really have a client. It's not a customer anymore, right? You have somebody who is a true client and somebody you're building a true relationship with.
Absolutely.
So this kind of goes, I guess, to take it a step further. We help a client out, and they ask for additional services outside of what was initially what they contacted us for. How do we handle that?
So I've had this happen quite a few times on Orion referrals where a client, we're helping them with their life insurance needs, and they may ask about disability insurance, Jim. And what we'll do is we'll certainly address that need, and we'll communicate, as Deb said, we'll stay in communication with the broker and agent who referred the business to us and say, is disability something that you want to help your client with? Is that something that you do? If so, we'll refer that right back to the referring agent to assist on a traditional sale. But if not, and it's something they want us to handle, then we'll go right through that process and keep the agent in the loop, like Joe said, through that process as well.
Mm-hmm. Another added value as well is if we do a great job with your client and they refer their sister or friend or what have you, we'll also put you on as the Orion agent for that new account, that new piece of business that we got. And you might have not even known it occurred, but that relationship would have never happened without you.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I think I see a comment here on the chat on the side. D. Gilligan asks about what does it mean if your client and I, what does that mean? It becomes your client, and if I retire, that client remains with Orion. So that client would remain with D. Gilligan the whole time. That's we consider them your client.
Yes.
There's no risk of losing that.
That's right. It would be the agent's client. So if additional business came about because of it, they would be in the loop.
Right. How about, Deb, something you wanted to add?
Well, I mean, specifically for the group and that question from D. Gilligan, for group health and compensation and our Orion referral fees, they will pay through the life of the policy. So whether you retire or not, the policy will still pay. You'll get your check on your beach.
That's nice.
All right, let's talk about the checks. How often am I paid on referral fees and how long? Life of the policy,
life of the
first
policy.
year, kind of varies, I guess, around the horn.
So
here.
for life, it's first year. It's first year based on how the client's paying. So
For Medicare, it's once because of CMS rules.
Annuity, it's when cases are paid.
And it's as earned, but for the life of the policy
So it could be
for group health.
as long
Yes,
as they keep it.
absolutely.
How about, how will URL keep the agent informed through the process when working with their client?
So I think Joe hit on that a little bit earlier, but from a life standpoint, I'm sure most of the departments, as we're talking with the client and working with them, I keep our Orion referral agent in the loop on that process. I reached out to your client. We communicated. We're taking an application. We're moving forward. It's in underwriting. The case was approved. The case went paid. You should be receiving your Orion referral fee from our commissions department, within the next couple days. So it's just a process like we would on a traditional case. As you write a traditional piece of business, our case management is keeping you in the loop of that. We're doing the same on the Orion referral side.
That holds true, I think, for all of our departments as well.
Okay, I don't see any more question and answers. Anything else that you would like to add? Here we go. For Medicare Advantage referrals, does the agent need to continue certifying to be paid?
No, they do not. Because technically we're the agent of record on the policy, so we have to continue to certify in order to pay.
Okay. Any other questions, feel free to send them over. I'm going to pull up a screen here on a bonus program that we're going to have throughout the month. So throughout the month of July, we have an Orion Awareness Month bonus contest. We'll be giving away $1,000. One top referring agent will earn a $500 cash bonus for that agent who refers the most business. And then 5 agents will be randomly drawn at a special event we're going to have here in Harrisburg at the end of the month. For anybody that submits at least one piece of business that's a referral, then you'll have a chance randomly to win $100 cash. That'll be throughout this whole month, and we'll calculate and award the bonuses by 9/1. And I mentioned the contest winners will be drawn at that event at the end of the month.
Yeah, it looks like we had a question come in regarding is this life or health or property and casualty, and we're not a property and casualty agency. We work with a lot of property and casualty agents and agencies for life, health, Medicare, and other services. So I hope that answers that question.
Yeah. There was one about signing up for Orion as well. I think it's good to note that you do not have to be contracted to sell any of the companies that URL work with. We have an Orion flash packet that you complete with your agent's information because you do need to be a licensed agent to receive
Yes.
compensation. So if you're interested, we can give you that flash packet.
Great.
And I think it's also important to point out, if we work with a client that you refer to us, we will work with them. We won't outsource this to
Right.
anybody
Yes.
else. So you can trust that you're getting the best possible service and expertise available. We'll do it all in-house.
Yep, these are our on-staff professionals that do it. No independent contractors or anybody like that. A question, Mike Greer wants to sign up. You don't have to sign up, Mike. You can just, we'll send some follow-up information. But if you visit our homepage, www.urlinsgroup.com, you'll see the large Orion button on the homepage there. You can click there, and then you can give us a call and contact us that way to send anything over. I'm sure Steve definitely can help you with some final expense needs it looks like your client has. Mary Brunsky has a question about the difference between Aries agent and Orion agent. An Aries agent is basically somebody that has, it's what URL's been since 1986. It's the wholesale side of our brokerage, all the different outlets of products that we have. Orion is basically just our referral program that we have that complements the Aries
Yeah.
platform.
It's a great question, Mary, because our Aries agents, our traditional agents, are using the Orion program. So they're many times one and the same.
Yep.
And that kind of goes to Joe's question as well. If he's a Gemini agent, which he is, does the Orion program affect him? And absolutely not. You can be a Gemini agent and have one of these opportunities come up, Joe, that you're either not comfortable with or just don't have the time. So that's an opportunity for the Orion program.
We've had career captive agents who couldn't service a life case because maybe their client was declined with their company, and they've come to us to say, my client needs help, they need insurance, and we've been able to help them as well.
Okay.
See one from Joe here regarding Gemini agents.
Yeah, that's what Deb just addressed that one. So okay, well that kind of comes to the end. We've got a lot of events coming up throughout this month. We'll have some case studies from agents that are using the program right now and how it fits in with their business. We're going to do a live webinar in a couple weeks with them as well. So you'll get to hear from your peers directly that are using the program currently. There's a lot of bonus things. You'll see a lot of stuff on our Facebook page with the day in the life of an Orion sales agent. So we're going to follow around our in-house people that work with your clients in the Orion side of things, so you can kind of see their process and see what they do on a day in and day out basis. Like I said, we'll have an event at the end of the month. Look next week for a save the date invitation for that here in Harrisburg, where we'll invite Orion agents that are currently referring business to us, people that are interested in the program, Orion clients that we've helped out. So we're going to get everybody together here for a nice happy hour cocktail at the end of the month here in Harrisburg. Let's see if I have any other questions here. No, that looks good. Thanks everybody who sent those over. That we certainly appreciate that, and thanks for taking your time. The people that joined us for our first kickoff coffee chat for Orion Concierge Referral Services Month. For those currently taking advantage of the program, we look forward to the continued shared success that we've been having in it. And everybody else, encourage you to give us a call, talk about it, see if the program has a fit for one of your clients when it's outside the realm of what you'd like to do. We'd be happy to work with you and look forward to seeing you all soon. Thanks, and have a great day.
Have a good 4th.
Thank you.
Happy 4th.
Okay.